Combining radical expression. It's also called adding, subtracting. So first thing, you want to simplify each root if possible, and then you combine like terms. And in this case, like terms will have same variables to the same exponents, and each like term will have same radicands, meaning the stuff inside of the roots will be the same. Here we have square root of 7 plus 2 square root of 7 minus 6 square root of 7. Treat radicals like terms. Everything that is inside of the root must be the same in order for you to be able to combine this. Now here we have one root of 7. So we have 1 plus 2 minus 6 of square root of 7. So it's a 3 minus 6 of square root of 7. That's a positive 3. We have more negatives, so this will be negative 3 radical 7. And this is our solution. Here we have to simplify square root of 2 plus 8 radicals of 3 minus 5 radicals of 3 plus 4 radicals of 2. So we have two sets of like terms. We have square roots of 2, one of them here. So we have 1 plus 4 radical of 2 plus we have 8 square roots of 3 here, and we have negative 5 of square root of 3 over there. This will simplify into 5 radical of 2 plus difference between 8 and 5 is 3 radical of 3. And this is our solution. Here we have to simplify square root of 12 plus 5 radical of 3. First thing we want to do is simplify this radical. So the largest perfect square that will go into 12 will be 4. That's a square root of 4 times square root of 3 plus 5 radical of 3. Square root of 4 is 2 radical of 3 plus 5 radical of 3. Now we can combine. We have 2 plus 5 of square root of 3, and now we have 7 radical of 3. And this is our solution. Here we have to simplify square root of 250 plus square root of 40. Now this is times 10. So I'll have 25 times 10 plus square root of 4 times 10. Square root of 25 is 5 radical of 10 plus square root of 4 is 2 radical of 10. So now we have 5 plus 2 of square roots of 10, and this will be 7 radical of 10, and this is our solution. So before we can combine these, we need to simplify each of those radicals. And the easiest way of doing this is to make the list of perfect squares. So square root of 12 can be written as 4 times 3 minus square root of 50 can be written as 25 times 2. Square root of 27, well, this is square root of 9 times 3 minus square root of 18, that's 9 times 2. So we have 2 to the second radical 3 minus 5 to the second radical 2 plus 3 to the second radical 3 minus 3 to the second radical 2. Square roots and the second power cancel. So we have 2 radical 3 minus 5 radical 2 plus 3 radical 3 minus 3 radical 2. So we have 2 2 of radical 3 here, plus 3 of radical 3 here, plus negative 5, negative 3 of square root of 2. This will give us 5 radicals of 3. Same sign, sum, we get negative 8 radical of 2. And this is our solution. Okay, so let's simplify this. This becomes 2 times 27 can be written as 9 times 3 minus 5 radical of 3 plus 2. 75 can be written as 25 times 3. So this becomes 2 radical of 3 to the second times radical 3 minus 5 radical 3 plus 2 times square root of 5 to the second radical 3. Square root and the second power cancels. Square root and the second power cancels. Remember, there is multiplication here. So we have 2 times 3 radical 3 minus 5 radical 3 plus 2 times 5 radical 3. This will become 6 radical 3 minus 5 radical 3 plus 10 radical 3. So we get 6 minus 5 plus 10 of square root of 3. 6 minus 5 is 1 plus 10 square root of 3. And this will be 11 radical 3. And this is my solution. So we have 3x times radical of 8x plus 2 times square root of 50x to the third power. So first thing we want to do is simplify the radicals. We have 3x, biggest perfect square that goes into 8 will be 4 times 2. X is to the first power, so it will stay as is, plus 2 times largest perfect square that will go into 50 will be 25 times 2. Largest perfect square that will go into x to the 3 will be x to the second times x. So this will be 3x times square root of 2 to the second radical 2x plus 2 times square root of 5 to the second x to the second radical 2x. Square root and the second power cancels. Square root and the second power cancels. So we have 3x times 2 radical 2x plus 2 times 5x radical 2x. 3 times 2 will give us 6x radical 2x plus 2 times 5, 10x radical 2x. Now we can combine like terms. We have 6 plus 10 of x radical 2x, and we'll get 16x radical of 2x. And this is our solution. Here we have square root of 160 minus 90. We can rewrite this as 16 times 10 minus 9 times 10. Remember, 10 is not a perfect square. 100 is. This will be 4 to the second radical 10 minus 3 to the second radical 10. Square root and the second power cancels. Square root and the second power cancels. And we have 4 radical 10 minus 3 radical 10 So that's a 4 minus 3 of radical 10, which will give us 1 radical 10, or just square root of 10. And this is our solution. Here we have to simplify square root of 75 minus 5 radical of 27. 75 can be written as 25 times 3 minus 5 times largest perfect square that will go into 27 will be 9 times 3. So we have 5 to the second square root of 3 minus 5 times 3 to the second square root of 3. Square root and the second power cancels. Square root and the second power cancels. Remember, this is multiplication. So we have 5 radical of 3 minus 5 times 3 radical of 3. 5 square root of 3 minus 5 times 3, 15 square root of 3. So we get 5 minus 15 radical of 3. We have more negatives, so we have negative 10 radical of 3. And this is our solution. That's all.